Hello, welcome to Sales 101. You are in the right place, and you know you're in the right place because I put up a sign that says you're in the right place. Welcome to Sales 101. This is a live stream where I'm talking about sales, how to do sales, tips and tricks for doing sales online, and frankly, spending time on my own, kind of discovering how to do some different things. So here's my little intro, and I'm going to spend some time talking about a few things that hopefully you'll get some insights into, and hopefully I'll get some insights into as well, and then we can put them in practice together and talk, discuss, and learn about how to do sales in a digital first kind of economy. So that's where you find yourself. Hopefully you didn't wander in here without knowing what you're in for, but if you did, awesome, welcome. We're streaming on quite a few channels, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch. LinkedIn's kind of my primary channel. If you message us there, we'll definitely see this. And gotta admit, I have been enjoying Twitch more and more, not because I think it's this is a great place for, or it's a great place for this type of content, but the people there actually been really supportive on how to kind of organize a stream, and so that's been a good community. I don't know if this is gonna look great. For some reason, I have like wireless problems going on. But I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be having a guest today. He is not on right now, but he is messaging me. So I'm going to send him a link, and we'll see if he joins, and hopefully we'll have someone to talk to about some different things that they're working on, who they are, what they do, and, get a perspective from a third party other than me. While we're waiting, let's just maybe talk a little bit about what I'm going to try to do today. There's a few topics that we talked about yesterday that I'm going to try to revisit and give a different perspective, namely talking about venture debt. So yesterday we took a look at an article talking about how venture debt was kind of the next means of financing for startups. So I think we're gonna take an alternative look at that, and then go into some other things. But I do believe I have Shubham here. Shubham, are you there?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey there, how's it going?
It's going great so far.
Great. Well, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
So, apart from me, is there anyone who will be joining?
No, it's just the two of us.
Okay, fine.
Cool. So I thought maybe you could tell me a little bit about you and Webby and kind of what you guys do. Shubham? Hello? Can you hear me?
Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Shubham? Hello? Hi, Shubham. Can you hear me? Do you want to try to rejoin? Shubham, are you able to hear me? Hello, can you hear me? 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 All this technology and we can't get anything to work, huh? I can't see you, but I can hear you. You can rejoin. All right, well, that's apparently what we got. So, Shubham, if you are available, I would love to have you rejoin so we can talk about your business and I can understand, what you do, what you're looking for. And yeah, that would be great. But I'm assuming that's not going to happen. So we are going to keep moving along, and we'll make this part of the segment a little bit later. So let's jump into what we were talking about earlier. Whoa, let's go to news view. This is my newscaster view. And let's, as I was talking about, I'd like to revisit this article about why venture debt makes sense. So I'm gonna pop open this article and maybe review it and talk about cases where venture debt may make sense and kind of how to construct your startup to deal with venture debt. So I think that's an interesting topic, mainly because yesterday I kind of hated on it. So today I'm going to jump in and see if there's some interesting discussion around kind of whether venture debt can be a positive output or not. So let me, here's what we're going to do. We will just share my screen and you guys get to come along with me as we find where this article is. So I know it was part of one of my posts yesterday. Let's find it. I want to say, yeah, there we go. All right, so there's the article. That's going to pop up here. Cool. And here's the article. It's by Business Insider. Venture debt will be big for startups in 2023. Yesterday we were talking about just my general feel that this is kind of a negative, really a negative thing for startups. I think it indicates that startups are unable to raise equity capital, meaning they have to go into debt. Debt has significant impacts on businesses, and if you're unable to get to really profitability, debt's going to sink your company. The thing about equity won't sink your company. Debt will sink your company because there's a coupon payment that needs to be paid at some point. So if you aren't able to cover that coupon payment, basically you are sunk as a business. Equity is different. Equity doesn't have a payment, so your business still might be sunk because maybe you have other things to pay, but the debt won't kill you. So other debt may kill you, but that's kind of the different side of the equation. So my kind of take on this was, this is bad for startups because really founders are finding themselves where they have to take on debt. Now, I still believe that, but I kind of wanted to maybe not have such a cynical view. So thought I'd throw out an alternative viewpoint on the types of businesses that might be positive. Vikesh, I see you're on the stream. I also see that Shubham is back on the stream. So I we'll join Shubham, it sounds like you're having unstable internet. So I will try to join you in here and we'll see if it works. If not, we'll keep going. But let's see if it's going to work. Can you hear me? Shubham, can you hear me? Hello? Shubham, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Cool. Well, I was just saying earlier, I'd love to know a bit about you and what Webian does.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So saying I'd love to know more about what you do and what Webian does. Are you not able to talk? Do you want me to? I see Vikesh is on. Maybe he's on from your side. Should I join him in?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great. Hi, Vikesh. How's it going? Hello? Hi, Vikesh.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you unable to hear me?
So basically, we are into game development, AI, AR, VR.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. You're not coming through. I apologize. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work out. Jim. Okay, well, that was fun. Well, Vikesh, we've got you on. How's it going?
Okay. Yes, sir. Cool, sir. Fine.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. There's an
Great.
internet connection and the my Wi-Fi off, so
No problem. Are you with Webian as well?
yes, sir. Yeah, I'm the managing director of the Webian Technologies.
Great. Cool. Well, I guess I was trying to get out of Shubham kind of understanding what Webian you do.
I think the network issue is low. There's a network issue from the Shubham sir side, and Webian is actually a software development company. Okay, which we develop the software in the field of AR, VR, blockchains, NFTs, and application development, VR, web development, all type of things we do in the Webian technology. We are actually a software development firm based in India.
Gotcha. Cool. So, and it sounds like you're pretty technically savvy, meaning like you're working on some high-tech kind of things.
Yeah. Actually, we get a project from the countries Canada, London, UK, USA, and more from the Germany, Netherlands.
What type of clients do you mostly work with?
We work with the client that have project on the base of VR, blockchain. Currently, we are doing the 2 project of blockchain that's on the NFT, application, game development.
Gotcha.
All that up.
What are people mostly using kind of NFTs for?
In the Canada region, the mostly projects are coming on the platform like VR, AR, augmented reality, and blockchain.
Gotcha. What are they when they're creating NFTs? Is it just people collecting, or are they actually functionally?
Actually, they want to create their own NFT and sell on the marketplace. So we create NFT for them and create a marketplace and integrate into the different marketplace so that can integrate and they can sell the NFT on different marketplace or create the NFTs for that person.
The NFTs that are created, do they have like I don't know a whole lot about it. I know a little bit about NFTs. Do they have like do they do something, or is it just on chain basically? Is it just an image on chain, or is it like does holding it do something?
Actually, NFTs, you can say that if you are holding a product or holding an NFT, you can get royalty by selling that. Actually, you can give an ownership to anything you can own. So NFT is all about that. If you are I can say that if you are holding a jug, you have a piece of painting and you want a ownership to that painting in the lifetime. So you can upload that picture or a poster or create that poster into an NFT and give an ownership to anybody else and take a royalty from it.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are doing like so in creating an NFT and kind of like generating that logic, you have to is it like you're creating like the smart contract logic so that
yeah
royalty flows.
So we do NFT on the Ethereum blockchain and using the language on the platform Solidity.
Gotcha. How long does it take to?
It depends on the project. It depends on the project size, what the project size is, and how much they want to design the character of NFT, and what type of NFT they want, what type of design they want. Mm-hmm. So it's all depend on the project size.
So you kind of do it you're kind of doing it turnkey for people.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. So what's your do, Zimmer?
What do I do?
Yeah.
So I that's a loaded question. I do quite a few things. I do sales.
Okay.
I do sales outreach for quite a few companies. So I kind of act as like a chief sales officer for. Apparently, that wasn't the right answer, huh? Well, Yakesh, if you'd like to rejoin, you can. There we go. Let me add you back. Internet problems again?
No, you can continue. Okay. Yep.
Sorry, you dropped for a second. Yes, I do sales for a couple different organizations. I've been most recently I ran a US based agency, so I'm quite accustomed to working with Indian tech firms and kind of assembling teams and kind of finding work in the United States for those teams. So yeah, I kind of act as like a freelance salesperson for a variety of teams, and then and then kind of help work back to figure out how to fill that work. Does that make sense? So I do this kind of show is one, it's a little bit of self-promotion, and two, trying to connect with new people, highlight their skill sets. So that's kind of what's going on here.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So can you help us to bring new clients or the new project that's for outsourcing in the region of country like India?
Yeah, I think, one of the I mean, it's not as simple as me saying yes and then getting business, right?
Yeah.
But I think, one of the reasons I'm trying to kind of understand understand what you guys do, what clients you're looking for, what services you provide them. That's really important.
We are actually in the business of software development. Whatever the kind of software we develop, okay,
Right.
in whatever platform, it's like application development, in application development, Android, iOS, okay, and application development, website development, VR, AR, okay, and blockchains, NFT, cryptocurrency. I think if you use blockchain, it also include the portion NFT and crypto. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are actually a development firm that develop the proposed, provide solution to the proposed company. Whatever company will give the project to us, we develop the project for them. Okay.
I guess so. I think my main question when it comes to really helping a company find work, or playing that kind of matchmaker role. There's a lot of companies that are doing software development, a lot of kind of smaller companies, and I think where when it comes to like being a good matchmaker, what I'm trying to really understand is, what makes you guys unique, or what, like, if there were 5 other companies, why is kind of Webbian, what about Webbian, is going to be that right match? Is it the way you do things? Is it the people you like? You know what I mean? Like there's got to be something that sets you apart from others.
Okay. First of all, whatever the project we are taking from the clients, on any clients from another country, we actually do a detailed research on it. Okay, and after that, the detailed research, we do a architecture of it. Okay, and after that, if we tell this project will take 2.5 months to complete, or 3 months to complete, we will deliver the same exact time frame. We will take the same exact time frame to deliver that project, not a day extra to deliver that project. And the main thing is in software development, the quality of the development. We provide the next level quality in the development field.
Can you tell me, so I mean, I hear you basically saying there's when it comes to timeline, you're basically guaranteeing kind of timeline.
Right? In the timeline, we guarantee to deliver whatever the timeline we set.
So how do you actually guarantee it? When I say it, like, is it are you guys kind of taking on, if there's additional labor that needs to be thrown at it, you're kind of taking on that cost for the client if need be, or like, how do you actually, how can you be so certain that you can finish
because
it?
We have a team of,
I'm just kind of asking.
We can understand. Okay, we have a team of 28 developers, but they are of 5 to 6 years of experience in each field. So if you can think that you can say that if a developer of year experience of 2 years or 1 year can take a time to develop a product or a services in 2.5 one day, our developers can take to develop that service or that product in a 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so we are so confident in that part.
Okay. Is there do you think, is there something like when you get a new client?
Okay.
Is there if you could give advice to a new client on how to be more successful kind of with your team, like what advice would you give them, whether it's on like, trimming a product, like making sure, trimming a product down to the core features, or not adding things on, or making, like, I don't know, is there advice that you think you'd give a client to make sure that they have a better outcome?
It's all depend on the industry they are going to develop the product. It's all depend on the industry. If they are going to be in the hospitality industry, like developing a product like Airbnb, or
Yeah.
developing a product like Uber, or developing a product like many more SaaS company based in USA, like very more different industries are there. So we first get clear what type of industry they are going to put their product.
Yeah.
Okay, they want to develop their service or they want to develop their product. So on the basis of their industry, we suggest them, we consultant to them how to make that product and how to earn money from that, how to get a return of your money. So it's all depend on the industry they are going to put their money into.
Gotcha. I'm interested. I'm interested just how what hits my brain when you're just talking like that is, it sounds like you see kind of Webian as, tell me if this is correct or not. I'm making an assumption here. It sounds like you guys position Webian as kind of the technological kind of experts, and you're looking at that client as kind of the subject matter. I don't know if it's a subject matter expert or like the industry expert, but basically, you want them to come in with a clear view of their industry, but then trust that you guys know how to build tech. Is that kind of how you view it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty trusting relationship then.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you find most of your relationships are trusting?
Yeah, because you can say that India is a cheap resources of technological development beside the another whatever the country is providing. The development cost in India is very cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, so we provide them the development part. We provide them the project they want to develop. Okay, so it's all the you can say that the basic block of the business begin with trust.
Yeah.
The basic block, the building block of the business is basis on the trust, not more than that. If you start to build a business with us, if I want to build a business with you, it's all begin with trust, not more than that. Trust is a major factor that play a role in the business on any type of relationship.
Yeah, I mean I totally agree. If you don't have any trust, especially in a dev project where you can't, it's not really tangible until it's done. It's you got to really trust in your partner.
No, it's a process by process development cycle. You cannot completely blindly trust to one another company, but it's a complete the requirement you are sending to us or any other company. Okay, there's a phase. You can understand it by face to face. What the initial phase should be taken by the company. After that, what should be taken by that company, and after that, what should be taken by the another company the company. So it's all depend by the face to face. You want to develop or create a product or a service, whatever.
Yeah. What do you obviously, well, maybe not obviously. I think a lot of people move jobs to India because of the price, specifically. Sure. I've actually, when we were running when I was running the agency, we made a move to India because we thought we got better quality, and we thought from a cultural perspective, actually, we worked better with teams in India, mainly because it seemed like they were, I think, more comfortable with remote work was really important. I don't think the US teams that we found, even though I think developers should be comfortable with that. I mean, we're using the tech that they built. It didn't seem like they were very, very comfortable with it. So we actually made a conscious decision to go with Indian teams, and then like a nice kind of byproduct of that was a lower price, but it wasn't actually the kind of initial driver. The initial driver was we actually think we just get a better fit with the teams over. I'm wondering what's your kind of take on how a company should be using, U.S. staff versus India staff. Do you think it's feasible to kind of use a full India team and not have U.S. staff, or what's kind of your view of what you think companies should be doing? Do you have one?
Yeah, you can say that Indian or all Indian are more flexible in doing remote work.
Why is that? Just because that's what you have to do?
Yeah.
Got it. So most of your clients are not within India, or even if they are, I guess maybe you're not traveling.
See, we want to work with the Western client or the Canadian client because they have value of time. They have a more value of time. So we want authentic client. They can put effort and they can put they can develop the product which is authentic, not on the. If you can say that if you want to develop a application, or if you want to develop a blockchain application that costs $5,000 or $10,000, and you are very punctual with the time. Okay, so you can put $10,000 within three months to develop the product. But in the India region, there are people who bargain with the money but not with the time. They can take if you are saying that in India, if you want to develop $5,000 product, which is very nominal in the market rate, they want to give $3,000, $2,000, and you can take 1 year to develop it. That's not the matter with the Indian client. But in the Western client, with the European clients, it's matter a lot with the time. They are very punctual with the time. But if you deliver the realistic product, if you deliver the authentic product to the client, they will very well satisfied with your services. Cool. So we also want to collaborate with the foreign client to work with, because the work environment in India, the client in India is not very much satisfied. So we also want to do work with the foreign client. Gotcha. You can say that.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. No, I didn't. I know the supply side, or the developer side, but I've never talked about the client side.
See, it's very harsh. It's very harsh to say that, but in India there's no value. There's no value of time. Time is nothing for Indians. Yeah. It's very harsh to say that about my country, but it's sad truth. It's truth.
Yeah, but there's also, you're making a generality. It doesn't have to be everybody either. I understand what you're, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. So what, maybe just give me an idea what, I got an idea what you do. Can you give me an idea of maybe what size clients you're looking for, maybe like average job size, that type of thing? And then I think the other question that I have for you after that is, what is the onboard path of a new client in? Like, if I was to help you land business, give me an idea of what do you think that looks like? How does business come from me, to you guys?
I think you can say that we want to bring the client medium to enterprise level. Okay. Not the small clients. The small client is very punchy. So we want to bring client medium to enterprise level. Okay. And we want you to help us to bring on board that client and collaborate with us, bring project on board, very much on board client medium to enterprise level, so that we can make a good relation with the client as well as your part and your side.
So but tell me, getting there's clients in the world. how are they
Okay.
how are they flowing through me to you guys? Is it the type of thing where is there an expectation that I'm doing some work, or I'm out in the world and I hear that somebody needs a development project, and then simply provide that matchmaking and say, hey, here's Vikash, they can handle your project? Is it that simple for you guys from how a kind of a client comes into your network? Did that make sense?
No, yeah, very much certain, but I think you should approach the agency based out of USA, Canada, that you can make a good relation with them and faith with them that the company Vivian Technology based out of India can deliver you the authentic product, can deliver you the valuable product what guys are looking for. The project or the development phase you are looking for is a Vivian technology, and the cost is very minimal based in India. So you can take a look on that company and consider that company for the development part.
Yeah, I hear you. So I understand what you're saying. I'll tell you one of the reasons why I've started to do like live streaming like this and trying to draw attention in, and maybe I may need to add some content that's related to kind of like development and how to get the most out of development, stuff like that. Is one of the hardest things. One of the hardest things on the sales side is really finding those companies that like are looking for work. It's just
I think this era is evolving towards Web 3.0. The world is shifting towards the blockchain, NFT, crypto, decentralized database system. So
totally.
there's a many more project outside the India in the foreign country. They are shifting towards the different level, whole complete different level towards the internet. So there's a lot more project. There's a lot more company they want to develop some different type of project, because you can say that the era we are living into, this is a tech era, you can say that. Okay, and everyone want to develop their product, and you can say that in this era everyone is doing their startup, developing their product. Everyone, I can say that if you want to develop your own product, you are an entrepreneur. Okay, so in Western countries, in any corner of the world, everyone who willing to do something by their own, they are all entrepreneur. They have a fantastic idea in their mind, and the well-recognized company also have a different types of platform. They want to develop something new. They want to develop some kind of product they are looking for. So we are there for him to them to develop that type of product or services they are looking for in the cheaper.
So I hear you. I agree with you. Maybe I'll say something negative about my country. I agree with you that entrepreneurship's on the rise. The need of digital kind of agency services is on the rise. I totally agree with you. I think what's not on the rise yet is people talking about what they're doing and the fact that they need help and support. And I'd say the negative thing about my country, or I don't know if it's my country, but just is there does seem to be a lack of trust when it comes to talking about early ideas, talking openly, and being hey, I need help and support. Hey, maybe I know you've done this. Maybe you could help direct me, to finding the right people. And that's actually where, I really want people to come to me.
I think this problem is a lot in many more countries, not in your country.
Oh, totally.
But I think there's not you cannot do anything on the basis of idea. The main part is the execution. What type of execution you are doing, and how efficiently you do the execution part, not the idea part. Everybody has their own idea in their mind. The best part is that the execution part.
Right.
What approach do you offer? What approach do you apply in the execution part? That's the main role in the to build a $1 million company, to build a $1 billion company. I think I can say that if you say the Facebook or Airbnb and many more companies are there, if it, TEDx and many more companies are there, if they didn't have applied or execute the idea, where they will.
Yeah, I guess I'm wondering. We've got a comment from Chetan. I'll pull this up in a second. Sorry. I guess I'm wondering if you. So if I'm a person with some sort of specific industry knowledge, and I want a product developed, I can go on Upwork and hire a team, right? I guess to me, like, what I don't have in those systems is I don't have that like first person knowledge of knowing this person and like being able to fully trust them. Like, it's going to take me a while to trust them. Like, yeah, Upwork it's a connection service, but it really doesn't have that trust factor. So I'm kind of wondering if you think, like, I see myself sitting in a role like this of playing matchmaker is really like if somebody needs dev services, like coming to me and being able to talk about it, and then me connecting with them with someone and saying, hey, let's get on a call, and I can help facilitate a call. I feel like that's value added to the system, simply it's being that trusted third party to help make that match. I guess I'm wondering if you see value in that, or if you think, hey, it just find somebody on whatever platform and that's good enough. I guess, how do you see that?
I think there's a lot more reason about it. You can say that the knowledge, the help, the reference, you can say that, okay, if you have a knowledge and you can share with one another, you can get more knowledge about that industry. Many more people out there you can which they can help in building the industry you are in. Okay, they can suggest you a better approach, how to build a $1 billion industry, or how to build a $1 million industry, and how to approach the market. So see, there is not a matter of the idea. The whole thing is that the idea of execution, and you can better execute your idea by connecting with the people, by trusting the people. See, there's a Uber in the USA and many more countries. Many people want to build Uber-like platform, but not many people are Uber. Only one are there, because
Right.
the idea of their execution, they are fast in the execution in terms of executing their ideas. So they are the Uber company is far ahead, beside all the miniature company out there. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you connect with more and more people, share the ideas, they can suggest you how to develop your product, how to develop how to modify your idea, how to enhance your idea, how to execute them, how to bring that idea into reality, how to bring that idea into the market, and how to successfully run that idea into the market, execute that idea into the market. So it's all depend on the connecting with people. So you can say that there's an angel investor, VCs firm out there who can help to give the fund to the startup companies or any other companies. They also give the execution part. They also give support, suggestions, and help in the execution part. All that up things they can do it.
Okay. Cool. I mean, yeah, I appreciate the conversation. It sounds like you guys are not, knowledgeable in what you do. I had your website. I threw this comment from Chetan up. It sounds like he agrees with you. I had your guys' website up. I'll throw it back up. Yeah, I'll keep you in mind as, I'm kind of scouring and looking for new clients. I appreciate you coming on and talking about this stuff. I think I got a lot of insights on how you view things. So thanks for taking the time.
Okay, sure. Same here. Same pleasure with mine.
Cool. All right. Well, take care.
Thank you.
All right. That was Vikash from Webbient Technologies. So if you're watching this and you found what he said insightful, go to webbienttechnologies.com and they can definitely help you out. I will throw his website up here too. There we go. So you can take a look at what they've got. IT firm that focuses on quality, app development, web development, cloud services, UI, UX, DevOps, API integration. I know they mentioned, blockchain, NFTs, that type of stuff. So it sounds like they have a lot going on. Yeah. Cool. So, sorry if that was disjointed with jumping from talking about venture debt into talking about IT services, but can't always control when tech decides to start working. So I wanted to take advantage of having Vikash on, and yeah. So I'm going to continue talking about venture debt, and we can go from there. So if you recall, I was earlier talking about why and when venture debt makes sense. And we brought this article up from yesterday, talking about yesterday when it doesn't make sense. Really, I had a negative viewpoint on when it didn't make sense, but I'd like to talk for a minute on when a startup might consider venture debt. And I think it's in one specific scenario. There's a focus right now on startups focusing on revenue and cash flow positivity. And that's different than what they have been for the last 10 to 20 years, which was really user growth and thinking about cash secondary. And that move, if you can actually do that and you actually focus on that and you really hone in on generating cash, this is when it makes sense. So, if you can build a business that generates cash from really user one, i.e. charging user one for a product and then growing that user base, that's a business that can potentially be aligned with venture debt. That may sound really simple, but frankly, that's not what most people are doing, and that's not as easy as it generally sounds. So, a lot of times we'll focus on businesses that are ad-based or, require marketplace dynamics where you need the buy and the sell side, where you need lots of users to justify the initial cost. It's relatively difficult to create a product that can be sold for, the first user to pay for. Usually, a lot of the products that are being created require network effects, and network effects require audience, which requires cash to get to that point. So focusing on a business that you can sell unit one, I think aligns well with venture debt. The reason why is if you're able to generate cash flows pay for interest, and you can have some level of certainty that your business won't crumble under the debt service that you have. So that's kind of the thought there. Focus on cash flow, focus on selling unit one. When you're thinking about business model, let's say you've got a server that your service is running on, think about the number of users that can be on that service. You've got your monthly cost for running that server, divide that by the number of users that can, be loaded onto a server at any one time, and you can kind of get your unit cost. You probably don't want to be at 100% capacity to get to break even, but if you can get to something like 70% capacity, gets you to break even. 50 to 70%, let's say, gets you to break even. Now you have a business that can probably be set up for venture debt. I would also think that somebody that's considering giving you venture debt would want to see those economics at work as well. So if you have a business that does not do that and somebody's offering you venture debt, they're probably trying to buy your technology for cheap by hoping you go out of business and they take over the business. So maybe be wary of that. Investment is also a takeover vehicle, so maybe just be aware of it. Cool. So that's when venture debt makes sense. I think the last thing I wanted to cover today was looking at some LinkedIn tips and tricks. So let's pop into LinkedIn. I've been using LinkedIn differently than I've thought about using it before, and have a couple of tips and tricks specifically around getting hired. If you are unaware, one of the parameters that LinkedIn uses to determine whether or not they are being successful as a company is around jobs and getting hired. So the platform has quite a few tools on how to get you work. And I wanted to highlight a new LinkedIn tip and trick that I believe is something that you don't see too often, and maybe it will help. So I'm going to share my screen here, and you can see we're in LinkedIn jobs tab. You can see my recent searches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to the show all recommended for you, and you'll see that a bunch of jobs come up. I'm actually going to search and just do an open search. So you can see these are all the jobs that have come in, and we've got all these filters. One of the things that I had been doing for a while was just going into filters, and you can filter jobs down. So I think this is kind of like the level one, making sure that, I'm mid-level, if there are specific companies, if I only want full-time work, if I'm looking for remote. Personally, I like the easy apply. It's kind of like if you filled out college applications, I don't know, in the last 20 years, they've got like the common application. This is what Easy Apply is. It uses kind of the LinkedIn interface to apply. I find that easier than a lot of these businesses will kick you out onto their own application. And basically I have to enter the same information for every single one, which is really tedious. Frankly, I don't see a whole lot of value from a company. I could see a company being like, well, if you're applying for our job, you should be able to fill it out online. The reality is like, well, the information is already entered in LinkedIn. Like, why wouldn't you make it as easy as possible for me? I don't know who's right there. It's just my opinion on it. Focus on industry, obviously, job function. Cool. It shows me my results. And then if you are, looking to apply, you can click the easy apply. This might be interesting. You can watch me apply live. So let's see. Kim, if you're watching this, I apologize. I am applying to your job using Easy Apply. One thing you'll notice here, there's 118 applicants that have applied for this job, so not a small number. One of the things I think you'll see is that Easy Apply tends to have quite a few applications because, quote unquote, it's easy. Add my resume, review it. I don't like to follow companies because then I get a lot of junk. Done. Applied for a job on LinkedIn. Now here's what I've noticed. The response rate to those is quite low. You do get a lot of opens. So somebody will open your app. LinkedIn does notify you of that, but the actual number of responses you get on follow-ups is pretty low. So what I've noticed is this little box down here. Let's see if I can highlight it. This little box right here. You probably can't see that. I don't think you can see that. That's all right. All right, whatever. This little box that says meet the hiring team. So if you notice, if I go to various jobs, some of them will have it and some of them won't. It appears to me that when I have a connection or when like a picture appears, but I'm not actually positive. Maybe they've got a, maybe they actually need to select it, but you'll see that there's this meet the hiring team. So let's find something that maybe I think I could do. E-commerce manager. I don't think I can do that. All right, we'll send a message to this person. No, they don't even have. So this company doesn't have a national account manager. I can probably do this. It's sales related. It's a chocolate brand. I've got food experience. I know what Unify is. I know what KE is. I know IRI and spins are. All right, so I can probably do this job. And it's got a person. It's got Ned. Ned's a senior business consultant. Hi, Ned. If you're watching this, you're going to see me send you a message to inquire about your job. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to message Ned, and what you'll see is it's going to pull this up because Ned has not unlocked his account. So I can do two things. One, I can message Ned. I can connect with Ned here, and I'll do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect with Ned and add a note that just says, "Hi, Ned. I saw your job posting and believe I would be a good candidate. Would it be possible to speak to you prior to submitting an application? Thanks." Okay, so that's the message that we send. Okay, and I'm actually going to copy that. So we're sending a message to Ned with a connection request to speak before we submit an application. So I'm actually not going to send an application. I'm actually going to send a message to him prior to applying, mainly because I'm trying to skip their inbox. All right, and by establishing a direct connection, somebody will email me back. They'll either set up a meeting, they're asked to see my resume, and now I'm out of the box. And that's the goal, get out of the box. So that's one way it works. The other way it works, let's find another one that might be interesting that we think we could do. Commercial sales executive, high tech garden supply. I don't know about that. Product marketing manager, day-to-day manage go-to-market launches. I can do that. Bachelor's degree. I've got that. Okay, so this is something I can do, and it's got a person. So let's see. Nope, it's going to be the same thing. All right. I'm trying to find a job that, let's see, product manager. Okay, we can do this one. There's a hiring manager. All right, so you'll see this one pulled up the actual interface because Phoebe has activated So if you click this Y, it'll give you a page on why, but basically it's because they've allowed me to send them a message. So Phoebe, I can message directly with the same message. Okay, and I send it, and that's it. So now I've sent a message directly to the hiring manager, and maybe that person will message me, maybe they won't. I can still easy apply if I want. However, I've found that I actually get responses to direct messages to hiring managers and relatively few responses when I handle the easy apply. So there's my LinkedIn tip and trick of the day. That actually came from my wife telling me that sounded interesting. So I am listening to my wife tell me when things seem to be good ideas. Cool. I think that's going to be the end of the show today. I don't have any questions or comments to cover. So, yeah, we're probably going to close it out right now. And we've got another guest tomorrow that will probably be talking about similar types of things. If you do have any questions, comments, feedback, feel free to send me them. I always appreciate feedback. Love hearing topics that we should cover. Love hearing opinions about whether or not anything we're doing here is beneficial. So until tomorrow, have a great day and take care. Thanks.